Hello and welcome. Hi, my name is Teddy Chinaris. If you don't know me, I'm a Twitch streamer. I did this podcast with my friend Tyson. It's called Tyson and Teddy Talk the 100. So if you're wondering what this video is, right? Before me and Tyson record that podcast every week, we always sat down and caught up on each other's lives and talked about video games and movies and TV. And it just was basically its own little podcast and conversation that I thought flowed really well. And honestly, I figured if somebody were to listen to it, it would be entertaining. So, you know, it's really a bummer that I decided to do this on the last episode. But I actually me and Tyson both want to record something else, whether it's continuing that show or starting a new show. So maybe this will continue, but for now, here is episode 1, possibly more, of Tyson and Teddy BS. Because all I did was I joined the Discord call and I started recording. So this is just us talking for an hour about all sorts of bullshit. So I hope you like it.
I wonder if it doesn't fix when it disables or does it? Oh, I know why. My Discord's really low. That's why. Let's do that.
You know what isn't low, Tyson? Your spirits. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Willing it into existence, dog. Oh, he's gone.
Okay, let's do that. Where the fuck is...
Also, remember that thing that I was going to do at the beginning of this podcast? I'm doing it right now. If it'll let me.
What the shit? Oh, I have to close.
I don't know why it's not letting me. Oh, because there's no title. That's why.
Close OBS and then turn on the camera.
Boom.
No, what the heck?
So I just posted about the show on Reddit. Oh, my dog was at my foot.
Oh, I'm so... Maybe if I turn off camera, that's what I have to do, I think. Then turn it on, then do this. There we go.
Look at that. Look at that. It's magic. Oh, it's magic. You know.
I messed around with like so many settings. I like watched a video on my phone. I watched a video on like camera settings.
Yeah.
So like everything's being done in the camera, not like in post.
Fancy.
So
it does look better. Your colors look better. You look honest. I don't know. You look a little more orange than I feel like you should, but
I don't know what
you'll get it.
You'll
get it down. It's something with the lighting.
Yeah. I definitely need better lighting. I'm using like 2 lamps.
So me too.
It's just a wall, so
yeah, lighting's gonna be the next thing, the next big purchase for here. Look at my art. Look at it. Doesn't this look better?
Nice.
Like you can't see them. At least this one you can't see super well because of the light. You can see the core one pretty good, but like you can't see them amazingly. But it's so much like it makes so much of a difference. Like this frame, like this shot looks so much better instead of just having the blank walls. Like everything's filled in pretty perfectly. I like it a lot. I like it. Look at my little Rick Grimes. Remember that show? I mean,
remember him? Didn't he die?
No, that's what's weird. He's not dead, but he's not on the show.
So he doesn't die? He doesn't get killed? I thought he got killed off because I think like Carl got killed off.
Carl did, yeah. Spoilers.
Well, like it was a spoiler for me because I saw what's his name, Chandler, whatever,
Chandler Riggs, tweeted on went to the
Twitter.
Same church camp that I did as a kid. Fun fact.
But
went to Snowbird in North Carolina.
I remember him tweeting it out, being like, it's been great on the show. And I'm like, oh, well, that's now I know that you got it was something in his tweet that he like pretty much
like, oh, it's been you know, saying farewell, and then yeah.
It's like
remember
when he got shot in the eye.
Why are you laughing about that?
Because it's just so
stupid
funny.
fucking kid getting shot in the eye, idiot.
Who shot him too?
I'm trying
Was
to remember.
One of the other kids? Like the.
I think you might be onto
like
something.
The chick's kid,
Shit.
like.
I mean,
that blonde that Rick killed her husband.
Girl, the like little girls, because there was a little girl that like killed her sibling.
Oh yeah, there was
or whatever.
Yeah,
that was in the comics, and they were not girls; they were boys in the comics.
There were the 2 boys in the town, and then like they had a mom, and Rick like was like I forget, he was not romancing the mom because the mom had a husband, but then the husband came back, and then like Rick killed the husband.
Shit. I genuinely, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, man, The Walking Dead, if I were to rewatch that would be a fucking trip. Cause like,
the thing
it's
is,
a moment in time. Like it would teleport me back to high school. I'd be like, whoa. And there's so much I do not remember, you know? Oh, it'd be crazy. That'd be a fun one.
Remember Lori? Not Lori. Is it Lori?
Yeah, Lori was his wife, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember Shane?
No, I'm thinking, who's the blonde that got killed by like the governor or something?
Oh, I think I know who you mean. Oh yeah, I do know who you mean, but I don't remember her name.
She was like from season 1, but I can't remember.
And then in that season, everybody hated her. Like she, yeah.
I think she like sided with the governor.
Yeah. And then they did eventually. I'm pretty sure. Did they ever do that fucked up scene that Michonne has with him in the comics with the governor? I don't think they did in the show.
I don't think so.
In the comics, Michonne like tortures him. I think she cuts off his dick. Like for real.
I don't think they did that. I would remember that.
Didn't do that. Didn't do that. Michonne governor show.
Remember what's her name's sister? The actress name is
I think
Emily
I know.
Kinney.
Yes, Beth. Yeah. I was thinking about her the other day. Yeah. I was just like,
remember when she died?
That was a good. That was like a pretty fucking solid like moment. You know, that was a really good moment. That was sad too. Beth was probably the last death in The Walking Dead that I remember being really sad about, like genuinely. Yeah. You know.
And then I was just pissed when they did the cliffhanger.
Yeah, dude.
When they did the cliffhanger, I checked out.
I don't even remember at this point. But yeah, Rick's not dead. Fun fact. Fucking spoilers. Rick's not dead.
But like he's not on the show.
No, he's not. You want to know something even weirder about all this?
Is Negan like the lead now?
No. Oh. He is.
I thought like
he is still there. From the first 2 episodes of season 10 that I've seen.
Does he have like
first episode,
redemption arc?
I mean, no. He's a prisoner. I mean, maybe he does in this season, but right now he's still just
that actor
being a prisoner.
That actor's just great.
He's very good. Yeah, he's fucking great. There was one scene in the pilot for season 10 where he was there, and I was like, "Oh, look, you're still around. Look at you." He was like gardening with a guy guarding him, and I was like, "Yeah."
So who's like the lead?
Honestly,
Michonne?
like Michonne. Right now in season 10 for like the pilot, it's like Michonne and Daryl, and I mean those are like the 2 leads, but even then there's so much more going on. It's like Michonne, Daryl. You know what's fucking weird? Oh my god. It's Michonne, Daryl, Carol is still around, Ezekiel's still around. But it's so fucking bizarre and weird in season 10 when it opens, and like Judith is a full ass kid now, and it's like because they did a big time jump, and then when Rick left, they do another time jump. Like it's far in the future at this point. So Judith is like a real ass kid. Judith is like the age Carl was at the beginning, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's so weird. And they have another son, RJ. There's a kid named RJ who's Michonne and Rick's son. It's crazy. It's like, what the fuck?
But why would he leave his kid behind?
Well, okay, so he didn't leave voluntarily. He basically sacrificed himself by blowing up a bridge, and then he got whisked down the river because you don't see the body, so you're like, oh, Rick's not dead. And he got whisked like you do with some eggs, whisked down the river, and then one other character who was there for a while, who's fucking weird and creepy, like finds him and takes him on a helicopter, and they fly away, and you never see him again. And his story is supposed to be concluded in, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if if they're doing this many anymore, but there were supposed to be 3 movies. There were supposed to be 3 Rick Grimes in theater movies. And they haven't even started production on any of them, but there were supposed to be 3. And that's where they were going to conclude his story. Which, honestly, when I heard that, really intriguing and not a bad idea, because like
they've done that for,
because how cool would that be? Like
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
that's what they should have done.
It would honestly be really cool to like see. I don't know how they would do it and make it good, but just from a production standpoint, that'd be really cool to see that show be like, no, we're doing a movie now. You know, that'd be really neat. But I don't know what it's fucking weird. But no, it's a show. It's a show, my dude. It exists, and it still exists. That's what's great.
I started watching Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, wow. I've heard very good things about that.
Oh, really? Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not terrible. Yeah. I think it's 2008 is when it started.
Yeah, didn't it end
maybe when it ended.
A couple years ago?
No, it ended in 2008.
Really? Fuck. A couple years ago. 12 years ago. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
But it's dated. Like there's some music choices and
look at this photograph.
Well, there was like a song. There was a song by 2 AM Club. And it was a song that I really liked, and I was like, holy crap, I remember this song. And I was like, oh man, it took me back to a time. But it's not bad. Still just in the first season.
No, it ended 3 years ago. It ended in 2017.
Oh, okay, so then it started in 2008, I think.
Yeah.
It's like 7 seasons or so.
It says after initial order of 10 episodes, ABC Family. Oh, here it is. The series premiered on June 8th, 2010. So, yeah, 2010.
Okay, 2010.
So, yeah, season in.
So yeah,
here.
It's like 7 seasons. That's
I remember hearing a lot of people talk about like the finale relatively recently. That's why I was like, didn't that end a couple years ago? A few years.
And like I've always heard about it. I always knew what the show was called, and so I think I was just like, I think I was just
me too. I mean,
too old, or maybe I just wasn't in that like loop for that kind of TV. And so, but then like after watching Gossip Girl again, I was like, you know what, fuck it, it's on Netflix, and so I was like, let's just do it. And it's like it's really cheesy.
I think it's on HBO over here. Yeah, it's on HBO Max in America. That's crazy.
It's terrible dialogue.
Gotta love it.
Not the best acting.
Has an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's those secrets where it's like, it's like twists and turns, and like this person's supposed to be dead, but somebody's sending text messages, and I'm just like, oh, I love this shit. Like, I don't know why. I just love, because it's just like, it's that mystery that like I can't. Like
figure out, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, well, who would be texting like all of these? Like, it could be that person. Maybe they're connected, and so I'm like, okay, if you can keep this going for 7 seasons, then.
Do you remember the Flash season 1, dog? You ever watched the Flash season 1?
Yeah.
Good. You remember how at the end of every episode there was a fucking like stinger or whatever the fuck it's called with Harrison Wells? And every time it just and for a while, like at a certain point they started getting blatantly evil, but like for a while it was just a little suspicious of like he'd go and talk to somebody, and you're like, what the fuck's going on here? And like I remember following the subreddit, and everyone was making these theories and trying to figure all this shit out, and it was legitimately like a good fucking like mystery. Now look at the Flash. Now look at it. We got Mr. Plastic. That's not his name. And we got what was the other girl?
Stretchy Man.
We got Stretchy Man. We got Mr. Fantastic. We got that girl who's just a reporter who shoots light. And she like used her powers like twice because I totally forgot she was a meta.
Isn't it like Livewire?
No, that's enough. It's a
That's
totally
another
new
one.
character. She's like,
Oh,
I don't remember.
I liked
her.
Livewire.
Allegra is the character's name.
Like the drug?
Yeah. I'm
it's a
pretty
drug.
sure we've talked about this, and you said that before. I was like, yeah.
Allegra.
Yeah. The actress is super cute, but like the character, like what the fuck is going on? What are you doing with her? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
I've been watching old stuff that I thought was bad and like trying to give it another chance. Like
Why do that to yourself?
Because I got nothing else to do, and I'm like, I don't have anything new to watch.
See,
so like when
I'm
I don't
in
feel
such
like
a good spot
stuff,
for TV right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have like really now anything to watch for TV. So I watched like
couldn't be imagine.
Well, I watched X2, which isn't a bad movie. It's probably the best X-Men movie.
I cannot judge whatsoever because I
haven't seen any of the X-Men movies.
I've seen First Class, and that's it. Actually, no. I've seen
so bad.
I've seen First Class, and I've seen Apocalypse.
Future Past.
Saw that in theaters.
So you saw First Class, then you skipped Days of Future Past.
No, wait.
Then you
hold on. I think I did. There's one that I'm missing. I think I did see Days of Future Past. Let me look it up just to be sure.
It's when Wolverine goes back in time.
I think I did because isn't that like still canonically like before Apocalypse, right?
Yeah. Well, the first part.
Yeah.
Like the 1970 part, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. I remember trying to look up what I needed to see before seeing because I saw Apocalypse like at Kind of Funny Live 3, like with a bunch of people, like with that whole group. So that's why. Was it even called Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Because when I searched it, like, yeah, wow. Yeah. I think I watched both of those in prep. I think I watched I genuinely at the time really fucking like First Class. As somebody who had seen 0 X-Men movies and then watched First Class, I went to my friend Andrew and I was like, bro, I know that this is not how this worked. I know that there was stuff before this and all this, but like if you started with First Class and then just built off that, like, you know, a cinematic universe, it'd be really good. Like, that's a good fucking starting point. That is a good first movie for that, like, kind of thing. But I was like, I know that that's not reality. Like, I know that there were movies before that. But as somebody who just saw that, I was like, not bad as, like, an Iron Man.
My only good takeaways from First Class are
the cinematography.
Charles and Magneto.
Yeah. But seriously,
like I hate Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique.
I mean, that's fair.
With
I guess
a burning passion. I don't think that she's like she checked out. I don't know, probably halfway through that first movie, and they're like, "Oh, but you signed on for how many more?" And so like, it's just so bad.
Yeah, the legit though, like watching that movie, the cinematography is surprisingly good. Like it doesn't have to be that well shot. And it is. Like I remember a lot of shots in that movie being like, what the fuck? This is really good. Like super symmetrical kind of fucking what's that movie? Fucking the sci-fi Blade Runner, very like Blade Runner 2049. Okay. Not that caliber, but like very similar in some sort of ways. And I was like, fuck. It surprised me.
So yeah, I would say watch the if you haven't seen X-Men, really? Yeah. X-Men and X2 are like, they're better than a lot of Marvel movies. And then Days of Future Past as well. Apocalypse is terrible. The Wolverine's really good.
I've seen Days of Future Past. It is better than no Marvel movie.
Are you kidding me?
100%. I did not really like it. I liked it better than
it's better than Thor: The Dark World.
I liked it better than
Iron Man 2
for sure. Apocalypse
was terrible.
Rough. Yeah, it was rough.
Again, the only good part of Apocalypse was the Quicksilver part.
Yeah, which is like a minute. It's not super long.
It was worth it.
I
still love that his name's Maximoff because like that's one. I'm just like they couldn't be the same characters in the MCU, but they have the same last name.
Max. Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm like, okay.
That's very weird.
No, X2 is really good. I've been like going down an X-Men like rabbit hole. Also, because I thought I like looked up that Hugh Jackman in X2, I will be the same age as him next year.
Shit.
So I'm like, you know what? I was looking at Hugh Jackman in X-Men 2.
Oh my god. You're like, I can do
and I'm like,
that.
yeah. I'm like, I
Oh
could
my
be
God.
that by the time I'm that age. Because like later on in like Days of Future Past, he's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
Like,
it just gets even more insane.
It gets a little too, yeah. So I'm like X2,
As
I
it
could probably do
goes.
that. And so that's my like goal for next year.
Shit. I mean, that'd be impressive. That's for sure.
He's not too big. This
mean,
is before
you gotta have a
all
lot
the
of
heroes
veins.
got. Yeah,
it's very important.
But it's we have the same amount of veins.
Okay, good. I'm glad we have that confirmed.
But yeah, like this was before all of the superheroes got like ridiculously jacked. He was big
Before
but he
we
wasn't,
learned
like,
the
huge.
science of getting yoked, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Because we've learned
pumping
it now.
steroids
Now
into like every single superhero.
Yeah, pretty much. Giving all of them the Captain America super serum. Be like, here you go. I bet that they fucking wish that that's how that worked, you know? They wish it was that easy, but it's not. They have to fucking train and eat a certain way for months.
Yeah, but the thing, it's not like it's hard for them.
It's still hard work, but it is all figured out for them. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I still like. I think I could easily do that if one, somebody made all my meals for me.
Yeah.
Two, I was getting paid millions and millions of dollars to do it.
It's all figured out for them. But that doesn't mean that the workout itself isn't hard. Like, that's still difficult.
No, but like if you think about it, like,
but yeah,
when we work out, I'm not getting paid millions of dollars to like lift these dumbbells.
Sure, but to them, they're probably used to getting paid $1 million, so it's just life. You know what I mean? You ever think about that? People are desensitized to, if they make all sorts of money, like...
Yeah, but I think like they have to keep that up or else they don't get that.
Sure, but I don't know if they always realize that. You know what I mean? Like they're
unless you're like Christian Bale. Christian Bale is just like, I'm gonna get real fat and then I'm gonna lose it all and become Batman. Then I'm gonna get real skinny. Then I'm gonna become Batman again. His body's probably like, please stop sir.
Please. Yeah, it's not good for you.
I think he said that the one where he was Dick Cheney was gonna be his last one.
Last time, doing that.
His last like body transformation. Like he doesn't really, he like doesn't wear a suit or anything. It's just him, and I'm like, that's just not good, man.
Yeah. I'm looking it up.
If you look at him as Dick Cheney, Dick Cheney. Look at him as Dick Cheney. He's
oh my god.
Yeah. And that's Batman.
I had no idea. What the fuck? Why? Why would you do this to yourself?
Because he's like that kind of actor.
Yeah, but like
that he needs.
But like, what the fuck? There's an interview of him talking about it.
Yeah, he's a special actor. I remember the controversy when he got heated at somebody on set and that audio got leaked.
Oh yeah, isn't he like supposed to be an asshole?
Yeah.
It's rough.
But like, I don't. There's like so many factors. Like one, he could be doing the same shot for like a whole day.
Sure.
And like,
but other actors could be doing that and also not be assholes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe. Well, I don't know the actual specifics of it, but like maybe if somebody else fucked up the shot, like I don't know. After a whole day of things, I'm not saying I excuse it. I don't excuse it. But like I can almost see where he's coming from. Like I would get frustrated over time if like somebody else was messing up and I was doing a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. There's all sorts of like
obviously he didn't have to do what he did. He could have like
I mean, I don't even know what he
Oh, there's like I think it's on YouTube where he just like fucking
goes off.
Just goes off and he's just like he's just swearing and he's yelling and I'm just like, oh man. I wonder if it's like a PA.
Yeah, he's like, it's just an intern. He's like, I'm so sorry. It's fucking making him cry. That'd be really sad. I don't know why that got so dark.
I forget what movie it was on, but
it was on
actors, man.
I don't know any Christian.
I think it was on the dragon one.
The dragon one?
Yeah, he's one like Ring of Fire. Is it Ring of Fire?
I have no idea what other movies Christian.
Reign of Fire. It's with Matthew McConaughey.
It's been a lot. Shocker. It's been a
He's a
lot
good
of
actor.
movies. Who would have guessed? Not me. He was in the Batman Begins video game. What? There was a 2005 Batman Begins video game? No, but I want to see it. Batman
I don't
Begins.
think it was. Obviously, it wasn't.
I
good.
assume it was terrible, is my guess. Batman
Obviously
Begins, PlayStation 2.
Genshin Impact.
Bro, have you been playing it?
I was playing it off and on, and I was like, oh yeah, this is okay. And I played it last night, and then I went back to No Man's Sky, and then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go back, and play a little bit more. Then like it started getting its hooks in me.
It's so
like,
good.
I was like, I started learning because like
Oh
they throw a ton of shit at you, and I'm just I don't know how to process all this information.
I prepared for that. I just ended up watching on my way home, I was gonna play it. So I just started listening to videos on YouTube of like, here's what Genshin Impact is. So I was kind of prepared for that. But if you go in not knowing, I can totally see that being like, what the fuck? This is a lot.
Yeah, I was like, and I didn't know I was playing mouse and keyboard, and then I went back to controller, and then I went mouse and keyboard, and there's a bunch of things that I don't like. Obviously, you can't customize controls. Which
my god, please! If there's legit one thing I would want, it's to be able to customize controls for sure.
Yeah. So there's that. It's like close is the X button, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to break my brain to do this, and it's so hard.
It's Japanese. Like that's apparently how. That's legitimately apparently how video games are in Japan. Like Japanese versions of games just have that switched, and it's like, oh,
that's so weird.
I learned that years ago. So when I had to do that here, I was like, oh, huh. But the game's made by a company in China. It's a Chinese dev studio. So,
oh man,
yeah,
we're just giving China more money.
Yeah,
I haven't bought anything yet. I still really don't know the cycle of like, can you get characters? Like, can you grind stuff? Can you like not? Yeah, like can you not?
I don't know how, but I know that you can. Like, I know that you can get those currencies in game. Maybe there are some currencies that you can't, but like there are, because like different loot boxes have different currencies that you need. So it's like I know that there's a lot of currencies. So it's like I know that some of those at least you can get by playing. I don't know exactly how, but I know that you can.
I think eventually I'll probably drop some money on it because it's a really good game.
It's so fucking good. Like what it doesn't need to be this good. Like it's so polished. It's crazy.
And like the thing is at first I really wasn't getting it. I was like, okay, you get 4 characters and you can like switch between them, and I'm like,
and then you start to fucking see, dude. I did that last night.
I like you can
the combat.
You can like
oh my god,
it's almost like Anthem, but like all 4 characters are you because like remember in Anthem you could like prime something and then somebody else could detonate it. Oh, well, you could like put a primer on an enemy and then another character could like detonate it kind of thing. So, and then it would like do for double damage or whatever. But this is the exact same thing. It's like, oh, I'm going to like make you wet, which I really just don't like. Like it says wet. It's like, oh yeah, you got to make them wet. Okay. Sure. And it's like, you get all the enemies wet and then you like switch to like a lightning person and then it does like more damage, or you can like melt, and then I'm just like, man, that's so cool that you can switch between both and you can have all their like supers. And I haven't even unlocked like their constellations. There's a lot of shit in this game.
It's so fucking deep. But the thing is it's not deep in a like mobile game bullshit kind of way. It's deep in a legitimate RPG way. Like it's so, I don't know, it blows me away of like, this is straight up, like I had somebody come into my chat when I was playing being like, so sell me on this game. And I told him, I was like, how you played Breath of the Wild. And then I was like, do you like Japanese single player role playing games? I was like, that's what this is. It's just single player
It's also
JRPG.
better combat than Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But it's like it's legit. Just it's a single player RPG. Like that's what it is. Yeah. And people are weirded out because it's free and because they hear that it's a gacha game that they don't really understand. But it's like it is a gacha game, 100%. Yeah. But like you don't. From everything that I've seen and from what I've played so far, you absolutely do not need to buy characters ever. Like maybe there will be a point in the story quest because it is like the story quest you need to be adventure rank here, and to get to certain adventure ranks sometimes you have to do like ascension adventures, I believe they're called, to like that's what's necessary to get you to a next rank. Sometimes they're like blocked off like that, and I've heard that, you know, some of them can be really difficult, but like you can grind and make your character stronger, or grind and get those currencies to get new characters. Like you can get through it without having to pay, but I'm sure there will be parts where like it would be easier if you just paid and got a good drop from the box. But like you don't have to. And from what I've seen, you really don't have to. Like most of the time you'll just be good and you just play the game and you'll get through it. Like, and you'll get to see the story. Like it's a story. Like it's fully voice acted. It's, I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, yeah. It's just a JRPG.
The one thing the one thing that I've like felt so far is that like the more that I play this, it's like this is the type of game when it's free, but it makes you almost like I can see myself like putting some money into this because it's so good that I just that like I want that. Mm-hmm. That's a good free to play game. Yeah. Not where it's like
that's the ideal fucking.
It's not like market. Gatekeeping, but it's not like it's not behind a paywall. Yeah. But it's like it entices you enough, and I know that that's some people's trigger word when it's like enticing people about like spending money on a game. But it's like it's free, but I like the game so much that I want to spend the like a couple of bucks on it. It's kind of like I guess Warframe sort of was the same deal a little bit because it was free and. You never had to. You could always grind for everything. Yeah. But then there's sometimes, but like if you wanted to fast track it, you could do that.
I mean, League.
And because I enjoyed the game so much, like I would sometimes I would fast track certain things. Yeah. So.
League of Legends was the first experience where I had played that game for like 100 hours before I was like, I've never paid for anything here. I was like, I've played this game for like 100 hours and had a really good time. And it's like, a well-made game that I'm gonna start buying shit. And it was 100% like I don't even really want a skin. I'm just gonna find one that I think looks cool because I legitimately want to support them. Like I feel like I've kind of robbed them. So like it's very good. It legit is like, I don't know, it blows me away, and it's super deep, and I'm still learning more about it, and like the combat is surprisingly deep. So I have my main character, I have Kaya, I have Noelle, and Barbara. The Noelle and Barbara I got from like wishes, which you have enough currency to do like one or two. And so Barbara has like wet abilities. Yeah. She throws out water, and Kaya has like frozen stuff. So like the other day when I was experimenting, and I also learned that when you hold down your basic attack button, it does a different attack, and I didn't realize that. So I was like, what the fuck? So Noelle has a big-ass greatsword, and when you hold the basic, she does the fucking Garen spin to win, just like, and then when it ends, it does a big old fucking smash too, and I was like, whoa! And then I was learning, like, I switched over to Barbara, and I was using her basic attack, which is ranged, and I was like, oh, okay. I saw like the wet, and I was like, so I like got all of them wet, switched over to Kaya, froze all of them, and I was like, whoa, look at this combo! Like, and I keep learning more about that shit and whatnot. Like, it's so cool. It's genuinely one of my favorite games this year, and if it continues to get better, which I've like opened somebody's stream, like I opened Gathalion streaming it the other day, and saw him fighting this fucking boss with all of these characters that are like, operate very differently, and I saw him like doing these combos, fucking dodging shit, and I was like, and the music was awesome, and the boss character design looked amazing, and all of the characters looked really good. I was like, if this keeps up, this is one of, if not my favorite game of the year. Like, it's so good.
I don't think the story's done yet.
Really? Interesting. I know that they're still working on shit. Like, I know they're making a Switch version.
I think that's what Future said.
They're making a
Switch
version, and
Switch
they're
version,
working more
mobile
on
version,
co-op.
and PC will all be like the same account.
Yeah.
PS4 isn't.
Well, PS4 is not the same account, but it's still cross-play, which is weird. Don't get it. You can cross-play between everything with friends, but yeah, cross-save is only.
I was gonna download on PS4, and then I was like, no, because
I heard
don't
it runs
wanna, like,
badly too on PS4. So
yeah,
just
it runs great on my phone.
Dude, me too. I have a Galaxy S8 that's old, and I was like surprised. I was like, what the fuck?
8 Plus, like 8 Plus is like 3 years old.
Controllers are not supportive natively on phones though, which is a bummer. That kind of sucks. I was like, damn.
I want to get one of those. What is it? It might be time to get one of those
little Razer
ones.
Yeah.
The Razer, whatever it is.
Yeah. Eric was talking about that, and I was like, well, it doesn't support a controller. And he was like, well, you use this third-party app, and then it'll work. And I was like, well, I don't really want to.
Oh, the game doesn't support
No, the game does not support controllers. Yeah. Natively.
I guess it's fine. It was fine. I guess if you're doing like small tasks, maybe.
Yeah, I really like the cool thing about it is that it is a single player RPG with a deep combat system, awesome visuals, fantastic music, voice acting is really good, and it's dope. Plus, it's like all of that single player like awesome AAA video game. Plus, there's like co-op multiplayer that like when you get really deep into it, there's like co-op multiplayer Destiny kind of shit. And then like I don't know what the end game looks like, but there's like an MMO kind of end game of grind and like certain loot that you want to like. It's like if you want to just play it as a single player JRPG, you can. You can get to the you can do that. But like there's also stuff to continue. Like it's all of these things that I really like all rolled into one, and I want to play it so bad. I'm so happy I have Monday off, so I think tomorrow I'm gonna sit down and play a bunch of it. Tomorrow and Monday, which is exciting because I've literally only played like 2 hours maybe. I just haven't.
I haven't hit a wall with No Man's Sky. I just have like, I literally log in, I go to all my because I like learned how to set up mineral extractors.
Mm-hmm.
So like you pretty much survey a planet like while you're walking on it, and you can detect mineral deposits.
Yeah.
And they'll be like graded from like C to S. I love that like S is just always the best thing.
Yeah, S tier.
It's like why? Like you could just go D to A.
Well, that's like, what Americans do, but usually like Japanese games at least. Like I remember hearing like a game that I can't remember what it was. Metal Gear was like the first game I heard that has like rankings and it ended with S, and that was the first time as a kid that I learned about that. I was like, oh, in Japan they have an extra one? That's crazy. I had no idea. So weird.
And so when you find one, then you can set up like mineral extractors. And so now I have all of these farms on like different planets.
Hell yeah.
So I literally
farming. Let's go.
I have my plants at my home base, and then I just teleport to all of my farms, and you can build like supply depots, and you can build more so that they hold more. And then I just like collect shit. Like that's what this game has turned into. I have like stuff that I've made. Yeah, like I've had stuff like because I have really high end I guess blueprints for stuff that I think I made 15, and the total of them to sell is like $204 million or million units. And I can make like so many more. I got an alien ship. I got a cool ship. The ship thing, I wish that it was better in the game, because literally it's like, oh, where do you find like S-class ships? Oh, well, it's in these systems. So I went to one of the systems that this video showed, and it's like, okay, if you don't see the ship, then you like put down a save point and you just save and then like reload your save. And I'm like, this is how you get a fucking S-class ship. So you just have to keep reloading, and that's literally what I was doing. And
it's
I'm
very
like,
video gamey. It's very like,
this isn't fun. Like make it even like a challenge. Make it something like a quest. Make it something like that, instead of just like, oh, I'm just gonna reload my save until I see it land, and then I buy it for chump change because I'm like a multi-billionaire.
Damn, dude, out here controlling the galaxy.
The game
like
is fun.
capitalist.
I'm in the fourth galaxy.
Nice.
Forget what it's called, but man, the game is just. It's when I really don't want to do anything, and I'm just gonna run around.
Here we go. Gonna load it up.
Shoot some stuff. Yeah. Make millions of dollars. Make a base. I gotta make more bases.
I don't know why, but you said make a bay, and I thought you were gonna be like make a baby. You know, just casually.
Sure. You know why not?
Hey man, you never know. No Man's Sky's got a lot of shit. You never know.
Sure, that's the next.
It's the next update.
DLC.
Yeah. You can get married, have kids, just like Stardew Valley.
Can you do that in Stardew Valley?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I haven't played.
Dog. Wait, just at all?
I think I like tried it, and then it just never got me.
How dare you? How dare you? I think Stardew Valley. Hold on, I have a list because
I like the aesthetic, but it's just. It just
so
never
good.
really
Where is this?
Yeah, never got its hooks in me. I was just kind of like
I think Stardew Valley is my third. Yeah, I have a list. Stardew Valley is my third favorite video game of all time. It's so good. It's so good. But I get that. It came out at a great time for me in like the summer at one point, and I didn't really know anything at all about it. I just bought it because it was like surging in popularity, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I bought it and just fucking got sucked down the rabbit hole of it was a very Minecraft for the first time kind of experience of like, oh, what's this? Let me open the wiki. Oh, so they each have schedules, so you can give them gifts, and they like this gift. But Abigail's gonna be here on Tuesday in the spring. Like sometimes I'm weird in the like I went into Genshin Impact knowing I didn't know how fucking polished and just great it was gonna be, but I went into it knowing all about the like that when you got in it was gonna be complicated, there was gonna be a shit ton of currencies, there were gonna be all these stats, like I just knew that, and part of me was like, fucking confuse me, baby, you know what I mean? Sometimes, I don't know why, sometimes I'm like, I don't want any of this shit. And sometimes I'm like, give me all the confusing jargon and currencies in the world. Make me figure it out. Why do I like that? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But sometimes I'm just like, fucking confuse me, you know? Get me in there. Cause like, I don't know, maybe that just gets me more invested. I don't know. Sometimes I just
well, it's like with Destiny, whenever there's a new update and it's like, and when we first had this update and it was like Umbral Decoder, and you put the thing in the Umbral Decoder and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah. But I love it because it's just like, it's shit that I don't know in a game that I love. And so it's just like, I want to figure this out. Okay, well, I put it in there. Oh, and I get this drop. Oh, that's cool. And then yeah, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I guess it always depends, but
it really depends on my mood for some weird reason. But lately I was like, fucking give me all that confusing shit, you know, get me in there.
I saw a tweet from like Greg retweeted it, but it was Paris. He says, if Jamie Foxx can come back as Electro, then Charlie Cox better be coming back as Matt Murdock.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, no.
Shut the
I don't No.
Tyson, shut the fuck up, sir. How dare you disrespect Matt Murdock's name and Charlie
He's
Cox's
a good
name. How dare you?
He's a good
dare you?
He's not a movie actor. I'm sorry, he's not.
Oh, come on. How do you know that? How do you know?
I haven't seen him in a movie.
Exactly. You don't know.
Exactly.
But you don't know. He could prove you wrong. He's so good. Daredevil's great.
Daredevil's good.
Daredevil's fucking fantastic.
Season 1 is good.
Season 1 is so good. Oh my god.
Season 2, half of season 2 is good. The other half is shit.
Half is
season
real rough.
3.
Season 2 is so weird. Like why split it into 2 arcs like that? Like it was so very anime.
Well, there's a lot of shows that do that now.
Yeah.
Where they're like,
it's
like
weird.
They can't. I don't get it either. Yeah. It's like you already have a short ass season. Why would you split? Like why it doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. It is very weird. Like I remember seeing that for the first time in anime, where like I thought I was on a totally new season, and then I'm like, no, this is just the second half, and I was like, but they went to a completely different place. Like this is a totally different story arc, but they just do that. Like they just do 2 arcs in a season, and it's like, oh,
I like Jessica Jones better than Daredevil.
Okay, if we're talking Jessica Jones season 1 compared to Daredevil season 1, I think I agree. I agree.
I think no.
Jessica
I'm just
Jones
saying, like,
season 1.
I'm going full package.
Absolutely not. Jessica Jones season 1 is like one of the best seasons of television. Jessica Jones season 1 is incredible. Daredevil season 1 is really good. Season 2, not so much. Half of it's awesome with the fucking Punisher. Season 3, yes, season 3 was the last season of Daredevil. Actually, pretty fucking good. Whereas Jessica Jones
good,
season 2,
but it's only good because
not so
of the
much.
Kingpin. Like Kingpin.
No, dude, the Bullseye character was really fucking dope. Like they did really good job.
Yeah, but like I kind of wanted more, but like I got what I wanted from Kingpin like round 2.
Yeah.
I just don't like like Daredevil.
Jessica
that
Jones.
Character.
They only did.
No, they did 3.
Did they?
Yeah.
2 and 3, man.
No, the thing is that it's like
not good.
This is why I like. This is
especially 3.
Look it up. No, season 3 was good. Season 2 was about the mother. About her mother.
Season 2 was about the mother, and it was definitely better than season 3. Season 3 was literally like, I don't even. Well, who was the villain in season 3? Was there one?
Well, it was like her.
Wasn't that the thing?
It was her against her friend. It was like Hellcat.
Yeah. The ending was her. It was awful.
Because Hellcat killed her mom.
I know, but I don't know.
That's the thing. They didn't do a good job. That's the thing with
season 3 was
with Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is not a show about just like heroes and villains, and that's why I love it. It's a show about like Jessica herself and like the demons inside of her.
Yeah, season 3 was literally like,
and she doesn't want to be a hero. Like I love that shit. That's why I love the Punisher, because it's like you don't want to be this, but you there's something good in you, even though you're a bad person. And I'm like, I like that, because they're like both Punisher and Jessica Jones are bad people, but there's something still in them.
Yeah.
That like ultimately does the right thing through the wrong means, yes, but it's always the right thing. With Daredevil, he's just a good blind lawyer,
which I guess
he's already a good guy. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna do like, I'm like, okay, fine. He's like Batman but blind.
Yeah, dude. Season 3 of Jessica Jones was literally like, because it does end up being like her friend was like the villain, but like throughout most of that season, she's not. And she's not even really like, they're trying to do the like,
I gotta watch
her transitioning to the villain like by the end, but it's such a slow transition that you're like, what are we doing here? Like what is this season? Like it is just like revisiting all the characters. And that's kind of how I got myself through, was just like, oh, we're gonna see all the characters, they're just living their life, we're seeing like what they're doing. But like it was boring.
Carrie what's her name? Carrie Ann from The Matrix. Oh, you haven't seen The Matrix.
I know.
The lawyer.
Now that you say that, I know you're talking Hogarth.
Hogarth. Yeah. One, she's Canadian. Love her, so she's great. But she's a great character. There are better.
Hogarth sucked by the end.
What?
I mean, she was like.
I loved Hogarth.
She was good. Season 1 was just impeccable. But like after season 1, Hogarth just kept being Hogarth, and you can only do that.
But she's
for
like
so
bad.
Long.
Again, it's a show about bad people, but they're like.
She was just terrible.
Daredevil's not. Like Karen's this sweet innocent girl, and then you find out, oh, she had some stuff happen in her past in season 3. Wasn't there something?
I think I remember that. I'm trying to.
From her like hometown, some shit like that. Then you got Foggy.
Oh yeah, I actually really like that. They did a whole episode on like Karen's past. It was like a very flashback, and that was like a really good self-contained episode. I remember watching that, and like at the beginning, you realize you're like, oh, this is gonna be a flashback of this. This is gonna be that story. And I was like, all right, bold choice, because I was actually really enjoying where we just were. But let's see this. And then by the end, I was like, good job. That was really good. I don't know, man. Daredevil is just quality.
I will say both shows fight scenes are shot really well, because with Jessica Jones, it's like it's Kristen Ritter. She's a girl who does not know how to fight. Yeah, but like,
and that's kind of the point.
The character, that's the thing, is like the character doesn't either. She's just really strong.
Yeah.
But she doesn't know how to fight. And so she literally, it doesn't look like she's trying.
Yeah.
She's like doing stuff, but it's just because she's like so strong. And and you can see that when they're filming it. It's like they didn't try to make it look like she knew how to fight.
Yeah.
They made it look like she. And I'm like, okay, I like that.
Which makes sense narratively, but legitimately, at least to me, it was boring to watch. Like,
yeah, but there wasn't like there wasn't a ton of fights.
Yeah, there was
like Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil
does has some great. There's I think one scene in season 3 where it was like all one shot.
Every season has this. Season 1 has the one shot in the hallway, which is like a minute, 2 minutes long. It was something. It was pretty long, and everybody was like, that was the biggest takeaway from Daredevil season 1 at the beginning, and everybody was like, holy shit, that fucking one shot. That was crazy. And then season 2, they did it, but this time, so like the first one was down a hallway. The second one, it was down a hallway, and at a certain point, you're like, oh my God, are they doing it again? Oh my God, they're doing it again. And then he goes down a fucking stairway. And then he goes down another hallway, and it lasts like 5-6 minutes. And then in season 3, they do it for like 11 minutes and he goes down an entire fucking prison. Show's awesome.
Yeah.
Like they literally
the whole prison,
up it
and then
each
it's like
season.
ends up, oh yeah. I remember,
like there's
one.
a one shot in all of the seasons and they up it each time of like, oh, they're doing it again, but they're doing more. It was so cool.
I will say the best thing to come out of Daredevil is the Punisher.
Sure. Punisher is very good.
I wish, because they did 2 seasons, right?
Even season 2 of Punisher was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I wish they did a season 3.
Before all, I mean, Luke Cage was legitimately ending in a good spot to where like that next season was going to be interesting. And then
I don't think I watched I didn't watch all of Luke Cage. I didn't watch all of the Iron Fist.
Definitely don't do that one. That one's nope.
I did watch The Defenders, which was okay. It wasn't anything special.
That's how I felt about it as well. I was like, I liked it, but like, it was not great, but it also wasn't terrible.
They're the B class. They're the B class Avengers. Like that's what they're
but like
sold as.
The show could have done, like Defenders itself could have been. It had a lot more potential that they definitely did not.
Yeah. I just want more. I want more Punisher. I've always loved the Punisher.
Not gonna happen.
He's always been one. I've just loved both of the movies.
They're all
the first movie. They can bring back the Punisher if they can bring
back. Well, they can bring back any of them, but they're.
Well, I don't care. I don't care about the actor. Like he did a great job, but I mean, like I want the character back. Like I want.
Honestly, the Punisher Netflix fucking series with I'm trying to remember the actor's name, John Bernthal.
Shane.
Was legitimately so beloved that if they do bring back the Punisher in some way, I bet you it's him, and I bet you it's a continuation. Like if they do,
if they're doing a movie,
I don't know.
Back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That would be different.
I don't. Where would they put it? And I guess I wonder. I don't know who has the rights to like that actor being like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that
that's true.
If Disney took it all off, I don't know who.
I mean, now it's even more simple, right? Like it should all be under their banner. Like Disney should just own everything now, which Disney did own.
They just took it off of. They just took like those.
All they did was cancel all the Netflix shows because they didn't want like conflicting things with like the Marvel Disney Plus shows.
But like, I mean, like, where are they gonna put them?
They would put it on Disney Plus.
They're not gonna put the Punisher on Disney Plus.
They would if they were.
No.
If they made one. Why?
No, because it's not like it's not family friendly.
Oh, but Disney Plus isn't all family friendly, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I was gonna open it. I don't have a login anymore. I canceled my Disney Plus.
But like, there's nothing like if you go if you go down the Fox road, like there's a lot of like R-rated Fox movies.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not
like
on
there's
Disney Plus.
Oh,
no, they're not on Disney Plus.
That's weird.
So they just pick and choose.
That's very weird.
Because I think Disney also owns Hulu, so I guess they could put it on Hulu.
Yeah, that's true. They also at the same time canceled Runaways, and there was another Marvel show on Hulu. Cloak and Dagger.
Runaways is on Disney Plus.
Is it now?
I saw the thumbnail for it.
It was on Hulu originally.
But see, so this is what I'm thinking.
Which Runaways is actually really fucking good. I'm just throwing that out there. Last season, not so much.
If Blade, with Mahershala Ali, like does like bangers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Fuck.
That's probably going to be another like 4 years by now.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But if that does good, obviously you're going to have
Remember the
MCU,
MCU, you know?
Remember
It
the
hasn't
Marvel
been that
movies?
long, but it feels like it's been 20 years.
Oh yeah. But if that does good, please, I want Disney to make that an R-rated movie. You can't have Blade without an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
So then you have Blade, and then you have the Punisher, then you have Blade and the Punisher.
Yeah.
Like,
you got it.
Come on.
But like,
and then you have Deadpool. Like, fuck.
Which
you have
they
the comedy
all
of
own,
Deadpool. Like,
but
yeah, they
so
all own now.
It's like I could see them making that, but they're not gonna connect that to the MCU. You know what I mean? It would be like
Blade's
Deadpool.
Blade's in the MCU.
Really? Are they gonna make that R?
Like they announced like him with all of those movies.
To be fair, I don't know anything about Blade. Never seen the first one. I know he's a character that exists. But like, are they gonna make that R-rated? Did they confirm that?
I hope so. They haven't confirmed it, but the movie's not coming out. It's like phase 5, they said.
Yeah. But like,
so
I don't see them doing like super R-rated, bloody, violent, dark shit and connecting it to the Avengers. Like, think of the tone of the MCU movies. That's literally the complaint that a lot of people have.
The Avengers is over.
Now for now.
I will make you a bet right now. There will never be another Avengers movie. Like,
that's
Avengers.
A terrible bet. That's never.
Like titled like Avengers
in the next 5 to 10 years, but not never. There's no way.
No,
bro. It's not gonna be. No way.
No, they're never gonna call another movie Avengers: something else.
No way.
I will.
They don't.
They will never. They will never
years.
do that. They'll say something like the new Avengers, but that's different.
Maybe. There's no way.
I will bet there's nothing. It's never gonna have Avengers: something else.
That's a hot take.
No,
I've ever heard one.
No, because they hit so high that they do not want whatever is coming out to be compared with that.
That would probably be smart of them to not do that. But there's no way. There's no way. No, I don't think that in the past.
The thing is like Marvel and Disney, they've done it. They've like created this machine, and now they don't need like we have what is it, Shang-Chi? We've got
Eternals and all them.
It's
going to be very, very different.
It's going to be so different. And they're not afraid to jump into like new territory. And that's what I like. And so it's like, we've had 10 years with the Avengers.
It's going to be very different.
We've had 10 years. We can put that name behind. You can have the new Avengers. You can have the young Avengers. For fuck's sakes, you have the X-Men.
The Revengers, dog. You know what I mean? Remember that Thor Ragnarok?
But there's never gonna be an Avengers : title movie.
I turned to pick up the snake, and then he was like, "Ah, it's me on the snake." I don't know why that whole exchange popped into my head.
Man, Thor's the only one that has 4 movies. Isn't that weird?
That is crazy. That's surprising. That's crazy.
Because he's the best Avenger.
The strongest.
He's the strongest Avenger.
Yeah. Thor, snake.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite Avenger.
A quick FYI.
Oh man,
he's just the best. But yeah, never gonna have another Avenger movie. Never.
I mean, that's a hot take, at least in my opinion. I
don't count the animated ones either.
You know, but they're gonna do it eventually. They're not gonna leave that name behind. It's not, and it's like the Avengers itself is a property and a group that has lived and evolved and changed and rebooted and all sorts of shit for years. For like, I don't know, when did the Avengers, like the first in the comic book?
Like the 50s or 60s?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's been at least 50 years of different groups of the Avengers, different versions, like rebooting with it. It's like Justice League, like this one rebooted with Cyborg instead of blah blah blah. Like, they've done that shit for years. It's gonna happen in the movie form eventually.
No.
There will absolutely. You're telling me. Here's another question. Are you telling me that in 20 years they don't
They're
make
never gonna reboot.
they
Not gonna
don't
reboot.
make an Iron Man with a different character. Same
No.
universe, but
No.
here's new
What do you
Iron
mean?
Man.
What like Shuri? Like she'll be Iron Man.
Like
I guess
Shuri
Iron
or
Woman.
some character pass. Like there's a girl in the comics who
There's
has,
already
like,
another
taken
Black
up
Widow.
the mantle.
It's gonna be
you
her.
know what I mean?
100%.
Like,
It's gonna be her sister.
yeah.
That's in the Black Widow movie. She's gonna be the new Black Widow.
Yeah.
But like they're
you know what I mean? Like,
but she's not gonna be as important as Natasha.
Sure.
She's just gonna be on the side more.
Sure.
More.
But like you're
more or less.
telling me they're not gonna make a movie that's like Iron Man 20 years from now. Maybe not called Iron Man, but like you're saying the new Iron Man or something like that.
I think like Shuri will take up the mantle. I think that's like the only like
maybe. I don't know.
That's the only choice.
A lot.
No, because okay, like this is getting out of the movie scene, but like because of Black Panther, they're not going to recast. I hope they don't recast. I hope that but they need something, and it sounds terrible, but like they need something from that universe to like live on.
Yeah.
And I think that Shuri was already going to become Iron Man because she is the smartest like person in the universe. So
I think that would be a
in
good
the comic
idea.
in the comic she does like don the Iron Man suit.
The left monitor of mine just went completely black for a second. What's going on? And now there's like no color. The color's all fucked up. Oh no. It's like in a black and white and yellow.
Just turn it on.
Oh shit. It like flashed like red. Like digital lines. Oh my god, my monitor is finally dying. Oh no.
You got a ghost.
Dude, I've had this monitor for like 15 years.
Oh,
that's not true. That's not true. Of 15 years, that's such an exaggeration. I've had it legitimately since I was like 15 though. Like this is the first computer monitor that I have. Like it's old. It's fine now. I was honestly thinking that Ion she's laying at my feet, like at the cord. So I was thinking maybe
shorted out somehow.
Jostled. But it's fine now. So that's interesting. Okay. That was creepy. It was like I was getting hacked. Like straight up. It was like from a movie.
Time
of, like
to
red
hack.
lines and like whoa. Also, I didn't think it was Shuri in the comics. I thought it was another girl.
Well, there's Rescue, which is Gwyneth. What's her name? What's Gwyneth's name in the movie?
What's Gwen's name? Gwen? I don't
Gwyneth Paltrow. What's her name?
Pepper.
Pepper. She's Rescue. And like she was Rescue.
This girl, Ironheart, Riri Williams. This is who I was thinking of.
Oh.
Here. If I can, let's do that. That's who I was thinking of. And she takes up the mantle. So it's not Shuri, but it is a character that is like really well versed in tech and stuff it's very similar to Shuri's character, but it's not Shuri in the comics. That's why I was like, I can absolutely see them doing Shuri in the future, but that's very far down the line. There's no way they do that anytime soon.
No. We're gonna have like 3 phases before we ever see another Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because we're in phase 4. Well, technically that's next year's phase 4. Phase 5, we only know Blade and Fantastic Four. They just showed Mahershala Ali, and then they just showed Fantastic Four. They just showed the logo.
God,
they never.
What a world! MCU, when it finally comes back, it's gonna come back.
Still, but the thing is
crazy.
Like Spider-Man just doing his own thing. What is the third Spider-Man movie? It has to be called Home.
They said the director confirmed that Home was in the title, like legit.
Just like,
and I was like, that's
a bad idea.
Cool. I don't know what they're gonna do though. Like, what more can you do? Homecoming, Far From Home, Spider-Man
ain't got no home.
That's it. Spider-Man 3. I ain't got no home.
I ain't got no home.
That's it. Spider-Man loses his job and is homeless on the
Home
street.
Alone.
Spider-Man is home alone.
He sets up all these
Spider-Man contraptions. It's a bucket of web.
Just Spider-Man's just setting up traps for two burglars.
God. Spider-Man is somehow de-aged, so now he's like an 8-year-old kid. And he's like, well,
oh God,
I don't have my strength, so I gotta use these traps.
You know, I'm okay with Jamie Foxx coming back as Electro.
Oh, I'm stoked about it. I'm stoked about what it can mean.
I'm not stoked about it, but the thing is I'm excited if they make him different. Like, I don't want the glowing skin. I don't want how he looks.
He wasn't gonna be blue.
Yeah, okay.
Like, literally, so Jamie Foxx came out and said, I'm gonna be Electro in the next Spider-Man movie, and I won't be blue. That was like in the headline that I saw. Because
like Electro was a great character, but like just make him how he was in the comics and the TV show. Like he's just a dude in a suit who has powers. He's not like this blue. I don't know.
I am thoroughly excited for what that could mean for that movie. Like, he literally.
He's not the same character though.
He said, "We don't know."
He's not the same, like the whiny, like the mailman or whatever. He was like a mailman.
He was a janitor. He was like a janitor dude.
Was he a janitor
in like Norman Labs or whatever? Yeah, I remember him being very like his character being very like.
Then people started saying like, "Oh, they're gonna set up the Sinister Six."
I'm looking this up.
And like,
I'm looking up officially what he said because there's more information.
I'm fine with them setting up a Sinister Six, but we don't have two big parts of the Sinister Six in my mind. And I know the Sinister Six also changes, but like you can't have a Sinister Six without Doc Ock and the Hobgoblin. Those are two, in my mind, are like two of like the best. Oh shit! The best of the Sinister Six.
Okay. So the theory is that he is very possibly the same Electro from Amazing Spider-Man 2. And it is very possibly this movie is diving into multiverse Spider-Man shit of like fucking Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire. It's possible. That's the theory. Because this is what he said.
They're just going to shit the bed on this third. It's going to be another Spider-Man 3.
But why would that be? They could absolutely do that and it would be cool. This article is bringing this up. I totally forgot about it. It says, considering how the MCU is delving into the multiverse in a few years with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Fuck.
But now they're gonna be fucking
this is Jamie Foxx's Instagram post that he has now deleted. He tweeted out, he posted an Instagram post and then he deleted it. It said, "Tell Spidey, let's run it back. Super excited to be part of the new Marvel Spider-Man new installment." He has some rough time with grammar here. So can't wait for y'all to check the new one, and I won't be blue in the new one, but 1000% badass with 3 exclamation points. So he's not gonna be blue, and he's in the thing. But yeah, the theory from a lot of people is like they're doing a live action Spider-Verse. Totally could be possible and cool.
No, they're gonna shit the bed.
But have they ever? Don't say Dark World because it's not.
No, but this one is more. I don't think like Marvel has anything to do with this.
They absolutely do. Yeah. This is the next MCU Spider-Man movie.
No, but I think like this is the last one.
Yeah, from the current deal that they have.
Yeah.
And the Homecoming and Far From Home are like Disney creative control, like MCU.
But it's produced by Sony.
Yeah.
So the money is by Sony.
Yeah. It's a weird deal where like they get certain business, whatever.
Honestly,
but like Marvel, Kevin Feige, it's like in their control. There is some creative like control. I don't think it's control, but there is some like creative influence from Sony, I think, but it's not much.
I think, well, what comes out first, this or Doctor Strange?
Dude, we need to look up literally MCU confirmed future movies and just fucking look at like a timeline that's supposed to be a thing. Black Widow.
I think
I forgot Black Widow was, it was supposed to be soon. That was gonna be our next one, but then,
soon. It was supposed to be in like March.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was supposed to be like this year, and now it's May of next year. Let's see, Black Widow, and then Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Untitled Spider-Man Far From Home sequel, Thor: Love and Thunder, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
So it's weird that they're putting the multiverse. They would put the multiverse first
that would
into Spider-Man, and then
if they did Doctor Strange first, then it would be like, that theory does make a little more sense to me. So.
Also to have a character to be able to explain it, instead of like you have Peter, who is still fairly young now. Everybody, you've seen Far From Home, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So then everybody knows that he's Spider-Man.
What an ending.
So there's that ending.
That was awesome.
So
J. Jonah Jameson's, man. Tenson.
I'm of the mind that if Sony's not gonna like give Spider-Man back, if they're not gonna sell him back to Disney for $100 billion or whatever, that I feel that Marvel should just move on without him. I feel that we've gotten better characters than Spider-Man, like better original characters. I'm not talking about like the performance. I'm just talking about the character. Like we've gotten Ant-Man, who nobody gave a fuck about Ant-Man, and now he's like one of the most
Nobody's gonna argue that Ant-Man is a better character than Spider-Man, though. I don't think anyone is gonna argue that. Spider-Man is fun fact, like pulled every year. Spider-Man is like the world's most beloved Marvel hero.
No, Marvel hero.
Yeah, which like is shocking after the MCU with like Iron Man, Captain America. Like it's crazy how he still has this much influence. They're not gonna let go of Spider-Man, and people really like Spider-Man. Like that's.
But he's not. He's an okay character. But like the thing is
that's a rare take. I just want you to know that you're in the minority there. It's fine to have that take, but
he's an okay character, but he has no progression over these like 3 movies.
I think he does. I mean, that's kind of the whole point.
No, he's the same. He's still the same kid.
Up, yo, he's growing up.
No,
remember he had that kiss with MJ. He's growing up. He's learning.
The thing is like in how many movies we saw Cap have a completely crazy arc.
How good was that? How good was that? It's great.
There you go. You've got Captain America, you've got Avengers, you've got Captain America Winter Soldier. Already you're starting to see an arc. And then you've got Avengers Age of Ultron. And then so like 5 movies. So I guess Spider-Man's been in 1, 2.
He's
3,
technically been
4,
in
5. 5.
5? Okay,
no, 4.
I was thinking 4.
Yeah, 4.
I was just thinking Infinity
2
War.
Spider-Man.
Oh, no, 5. 5.
No, and yeah, he was in Civil War too.
Yeah, Civil War is the first one.
So you have this.
But like, a couple of those are really just kind of. Endgame is not really there for long.
It's true.
Like,
that's true.
He doesn't have much time to be in the front screen with everyone else there too.
I'm gonna say like if he doesn't have a pretty big arc progression in this movie, it's just like he's the same character.
Not what they like
even Iron Man had an arc over 3 movies, and I don't like Iron Man at all. But he had an okay arc.
Captain America, at least. Like talking about that,
Thor had
was a very
Thor's arc.
Yeah, but those are the 3. That's the Trinity. You know what I mean? They of course are going to give those 3 like the most love, and they're the ones with the from the beginning, like Iron Man, like Iron Man and Captain America were like
Hawkeye,
and Thor. Those were all in phase 1. You know what I mean? Hawkeye doesn't have any movies.
Exactly, but he has a better arc than Spider-Man.
But he was in there from day 1. He's had more time. A lot more time.
You want to see? I bet there's more on-camera time of Spider-Man than there is of Hawkeye.
Sure, but like that's because Spider-Man has his own movies. But like Hawkeye has been through a timeline of like, more in that universe, more years. Like he's had more like let's say the dude was 20 and now he's 30, whereas Spider-Man was 15 and now he's 17. You know what I mean? That's exaggerating on both ends, but you know what I mean.
I still just don't. I don't know.
example.
I just want to see. I want to see an
I
adult.
get that, but I don't really think they're gonna
Spider-Man.
do. That's definitely not what they're doing. You know,
Like I'm fine
And
with
that's
like
not what
Miles
people
Morales.
wanted.
If they're doing if they're doing a live action Spider Verse, then you can have an adult Peter. Like look at that, an adult Peter Parker and a teenage Miles Morales.
Sure,
Like Peter Parker,
but they're
I
not
feel
there
is
yet.
just such a Peter Parker is such a bland character.
That's a.
No, he is.
I mean, I disagree.
How?
It's fucking Peter Parker. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like
not. That's
one of the
not. That's
most
not.
beloved characters of all time. Like
Again, how is he not bland? How is he not bland?
I don't know. I mean, how do you
Exactly.
define a bland character or an exciting?
He's just a
character?
blank page. He's the self-insert. He's the link.
I mean, he's got.
He is the self-insert.
Personality.
You're supposed. Yeah, but
he's not a main character in a video game. You know, he's not the creative character. He is Peter Parker. He's got the photographs. He's got the.
He's the.
What
he's
else
the
has
shepherd.
We got the
shepherd,
photographs. he was a punk skateboarder in Amazing Spider-Man. What else?
All I'm saying is, he's the self-insert. He's not. He's the one on the out that like you feel connection with because you're on the out.
Yeah, that's like, the whole idea. Is the nerdy kid in high school gets picked on, but really he's the fucking Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yes, but he's been he. That's not. He's not a time capsule. Like he grows up.
Sure, but like we started with Spider-Man at like him being 15 or whatever in Civil War, and he's only had like 2-3 years canonically in that timeline. So like, I
wonder what the span of time
in high school
is, though.
You know,
like the span of time,
he will grow, and knowing MCU, they are very good about that. But like, he's still young, and they did that on purpose because people wanted a young high school Spider-Man. Like even Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire. Isn't he like graduating in Spider-Man 1? Like from high school and going into college? Like, isn't that like from the beginning? Amazing Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure he is in college. Like, they're all the older, like college kind of years of Spider-Man, and people wanted the high school young kid, and they got it. And I think they will grow him. And, if they were smart, they could grow him up, have him be the mentor, and still do high school Spider-Man, but do it with Miles. They could do both in the future, but that's still just time. Just
I don't like I don't know. Time. I think that Sony's gonna try and do their own thing, like they're doing with Venom. They're gonna try and put Spider-Man with Venom. That's gonna absolutely happen.
Yeah.
And
actually, I don't know. I don't know. If
what do you mean?
Do that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Venom is a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, he is. But like, that's right now. Marvel owns the right to Spider-Man movies.
No.
To these 3 Spider-Man movies, yes.
They don't own the rights.
No,
they don't own the rights. They're in a partnership.
They're in an agreement. So after
it's
this
literally like
third
Sony
movie,
just
they
like lending them.
Yeah, but like right now, Sony cannot make a Spider-Man movie on their own. Like that's
yes, they can.
I'm pretty sure that is part of the deal that they cannot make another. Like they can't, and at least if they do it, it can't be Tom Holland.
No, they own Tom. Like they own Tom Holland. That's why. Remember this whole thing about
the agreement that Disney does these 3. Like that's
no, they
that's
don't do
agreement.
These 3. They're in a partnership for these 3.
Yeah.
Remember the whole thing about this was just like last year where, there was going to be no more Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I know, and they made this deal. This is what I thought the deal was. That Disney owns it doesn't own, but Disney has the rights to do these next 3 creative like movies. Sony has like I think it was like merchandise rights or something. It was something very businessy, and they have Spider-Man for these next 3 movies. And then the whole thing is like after that,
the Homecoming, like
then
those
they can do
movies.
whatever the fuck they want. And then
no, like so Homecoming, Far From Home, and then this 3rd one.
Yes.
So after this 3rd one,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. After that, maybe they could do whatever they want, and they could put him with Venom. But like, that's a long ways away, and that's probably like they could do that. I don't think it's smart.
Oh, they're going to do that. They're going to do that. Spider-Man and Venom are like the two. It's like Batman and the Joker.
Yeah, but like they're going to do that if they don't make another deal, which honestly, they would be really stupid not to make another deal because I'm sure Sony's making hella money on this. Like with the amount of money that MCU makes, like
they're not because
it depends
of the cut.
on the deal. Sure, but like if they go and make a shitty Spider-Man movie of their own, they're not going to make the money. Like,
are you sure about that? Look at how much the Justice League sold, and that's a shit movie.
Sure,
they're going to make their money now. It's like they launched Spider-Man with this
is dumb,
and then now they're going to get 100% of a shitty movie, but people are going to see it because, like you said, it's Spider-Man.
I mean, Venom sold fucking way more than it should have.
Yeah. And then so, now like, you have Venom. You got Venom versus Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't want them to do that. That's a terrible idea.
That's why I think just put Spider-Man to bed. I honestly...
That's never going to happen.
It's just too... Unless you can buy him back. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
I mean, I hope, ideally, they just make another deal. But you're right in that I could absolutely see them not doing it. But, you know.
Sony's greedy. Look at Sony, like, with the Avengers game. Like, Sony's a greedy fucking company.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, let's put Spider-Man in our version of the game.
It's yeah, like, why? That's
you could still put
PlayStation's whole exclusive deal. They've been doing that for years. It's not good, but, you know.
But it's still Sony. Like, they could easily say... It's on all platforms, and now we have we can take a portion, like a percentage from all the PC sales. Yeah. Because Spider-Man's in that game.
But like
they can do something.
That's different, like departments. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that is
still Sony. It's still Sony.
Sure, but like the Sony overlord is not making both of those decisions. Both of those decisions are coming from two different people. And two different places.
I don't think so because it's Spider-Man, like it's a Spider-Man property. So like the people who are involved with that IP
they probably
is going to be involved with every decision that it's like in that Spider-Man's in.
But this like that decision for that game is not. It's very in line with PlayStation and all of the exclusive decisions they've made in the past. I don't know if.
But like Insomniac wasn't. And it's a different Spider-Man, so it's not the same as Insomniac.
Yeah.
It's a different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's a totally different person. So what is there stopping them putting it on other? It's
because that's just PlayStation's exclusive policy.
No, and that's also Sony.
Yeah.
Because Sony owns Spider-Man.
Sure.
They can do whatever they want with them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I could totally see that like whoever is in charge of that Spider-Man like license having a say in that, but it's still very like. That's just what PlayStation does, you know?
Yeah.
So I can
Sony
see.
is a shitty, greedy company. And they do what they want. And so I want them to take Spider-Man, do what you want with him, and drive him into the ground like you did with those last two movies. Like not the last two, but the two before. Just drive him into the ground. And then we forgot about Spider-Man for a long time. And it's true, we did. After Andrew Garfield, we were like,
about
Spider who?
No,
Spider who?
Everybody wanted Spider-Man in the MCU for years. They're like, why? When are we gonna get Spider-Man in the MCU? The day that it happened, I remember the joyous day that everybody was rejoicing in the streets. Didn't you go out and party in the streets and swinging your graduation cap, going, "Woo! Spider-Man's in the MCU, motherfuckers!" And then somebody yelled from their balcony, "Boo!"
Neither of those movies are even in my top 5. They're not even in my top 5.
Tyson, you're spitting some takes right now. I just want you to know that. You spit a lot of hot takes
movies.
for Spider-Man.
They're good movies.
I just want you to know.
They're not in my top 5. There are better movies than both Spider-Man movies.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. You know, I don't think they're in my top 5 either, but they're, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're shit movies.
Oh my god, that came doubling down. Shit. I made an MCU ranking forever ago, but I don't think it's updated from November 8th, 2017 is the last time I updated it. So I don't think it has Infinity War on it. That's the last movie that Yeah, that's the last one that I have on here. I really
I
need
thought
to
I
update
did.
this.
I guess I.
Actually, Spider-Man: Homecoming is my number 4 on this list, which is outdated.
I know my top
so.
5. My top 5 is, I think 1 is Guardians 2.
That's my number 2.
2 is Endgame. 3 is Ragnarok. 4 is Guardians 1. 5 is.
I gotta update this list. Fuck.
What's my 5? I think 5 is. What did I say? And Guardians 2, Endgame, Ragnarok, Guardians 1. What's my 5th favorite Marvel movie? Maybe I'll put Avengers, the first one. I'd have to really think about it, but maybe Avengers, the first one.
I am missing 4 movies right now on this list. Civil War is my number 3.
Civil War is probably. Yeah, I'd probably put Civil War at my 5.
I'm missing Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Far From Home on this list, and I should add them in here. I'm not gonna do that right now, but I should. You know what we should talk about?
The show that
the 100
do a podcast
that we do a podcast about. Because honestly, I mean, I should save it for the episode. I'm gonna save it for the episode. I have my notes here.
I got my notes.
I have my notes. I do need to pee real bad. And my hand is also cracking again from the cold. So I'm going to put lotion on my hand.
Put the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again.
God damn it. I knew that was going to happen. I do have 3 full pages of notes this time.
I've got 2, but I talk really weird. I do bullet point and then.
Yeah, I mean, minor bullet points.
This has been an episode. It's been a season.
We have thoughts. We should get to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, I gotta pee. I'll be right back.